Hi everyone.
Hi.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Today is February 16, 2024.
Mhm.
And
Happy post Valentine's Day. Oh, I hope you had a good Valentine's Day.
so a lot of celebration, a lot of different things, but just a quick recap from what we did last week. Last week was our first week. So it's like welcoming everybody to join us live every week. And last week we also shared some information about tax filing and
Long-term, short-term
about
goals.
529, I think was right.
We talked about
Savings
filing
account.
for your taxes. It's coming up. You have till March, and it's not too late to contribute.
And just a little to-do task. It was for you to eat lots and drink lots. So hopefully you did that. No, not this week. This week we're gonna give you something.
Yeah.
So happy Valentine's.
Happy
and
Valentine's.
What's this week? I think as we were celebrating, it's either Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day or Valentine's Day
Or self-love.
It's a lot about love. Love everywhere, but that, because of what we do, got us thinking.
What is love? And I think we think it's a good opportunity to talk about that. What we do is actually about love. A lot of people think it's about death and money planning. It has to do with that, but I think at the core of it, if you go to the origin of it, it's about love.
Yes, right? It's about care, and I think it all starts from the idea, what kind of love, what kind of care you want to leave or to arrange ahead of time for everyone around you. So actually preparing or starting drafting any of work with us or estate planning in general, wealth planning in general is what we see as love language.
It's love for your family, your spouse, your parents, anyone and anything you care for and want to protect. Yeah, and it's also your love language. We say it's like you're drafting an ultimate love letter to your family.
Right. So, it's like, love that I want to give you a present with whatever type of legacy or whatever type of gift, whether it's personal, tangible, intangible, or different values that you want to pass down, your intention of giving, what kind of, basically, it could be all arrays of things anything that comes to mind that you want to provide for your loved ones can be encompassed into this entire planning as your love letter for the family. So yeah, that's kind of our tie-in to
Love Day. It's very practical too. It's the most practical way of showing your love, right? Like
definitely
you could give things to your family as well as pass on ideas that are important to you.
There is actually a really important piece of language that's drafted into the usual
it's called statement of intent in the actual document. But it's a paragraph where you could basically tell your story, like what is your mission in life, basically, what are you trying to pass on
when you set this thing up, what are you trying, exactly the values or the ideas or the methods or generally what you had in mind for your trustees or your beneficiaries to know, to understand where you're coming from. So that's like, it's a very versatile piece of paragraph, a piece of writing that, adapts to anybody's need. Maybe someone's really practical, just talking about this is what I want to gift, or someone that's really, how should I say, like,
it was just whatever you value, right? It could be, very practical based or value based, like ethic, moral values you want to pass on. You could put that. It's very personal. It's very tailor made. It's kind of like opening paragraph your autobiography or something. Kind of like an overarching theme of who you are, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. So this piece of work, paragraph of intent, it's gonna come back. Wait.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. What's your overarching theme in life?
All right. Now back to the short-term goal. So of course we give you something short-term or something long-term for you to keep in mind and for you to maybe start working on, start thinking about. For short-term is
you could do a quick exercise. Why don't we'll invite you to close your eyes really quickly and just trust your instinct. Who would you trust to handle your matters? Step in your shoes, care for your children. The first person that comes to mind. Do you have somebody?
So this came to our mind because we're talking about love. You know, you can love someone in very many different ways, but for you to trust someone, I think it's on a different level of love, especially you know, to trust someone to take care of your minor children, or you know, vice versa, for someone to have that trust in you to take care of their minor children. So that's what that exercise was about.
Mm-hmm.
It's something short term. It could be, you know, it's something that you always keep in mind, but we made that as like a short term thingy for you to think about, because when you start planning, it is that number one thing you want to get in place.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there are different kinds of love, right? There's love for your children, but would you trust your children to take care of you or your things? You know, even your siblings, your parents, even your spouses, right? Like, do you trust this person with all matters of your life? You weren't around for this person to step in your shoes. There are people that I care for, but it's more for me to provide care for them. But I don't know if, like, if the situation were to be reversed, would that be the same person? I don't know.
It's kind of like for me, I know my husband will trust me to take care of a lot of money matters, but he definitely will not let me touch his car. Stuff like that. So, you know, at what level, at what, you know, you can actually carve it out, you know, what kind of trust, what kind of love for different people around you.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's that. And then for long term, it's about savings. Today I want to talk about long-term savings. So anything
caring
is
for your
good.
children.
Saving for yourself or saving for your children, but you know, saving, you always, you know, you see that result over a long period of time, and it's the power of compounding, the power of time. So did you know, if you save $100 per month for your newborn child, by the time he reaches 18, how much money would you have?
I don't know. I know we always try to make them millionaires, right? Like this, a lot of people come to us to try to save money for their children.
So. Okay, so with $100, at a very modest, conservative way of calculating, not millionaire yet, but so you would be putting in about $21,000, $600. But it would come out to be about $43,000, taking 7% return. That's a modest number. Usually, if you Google S&P for the past 5 years, their return is 80%. So averaging about 16% per year. That's how well S&P is performing. But usually, you know, that's try to be a little conservative. We're taking 7% as your return. Then by the time your child is 18, you would have $43,000. That is almost double what you put in. Now for that number, if you continue that trend, either you continue to save or you get your child to have that habit of saving that same $100 per month. Continue on to age 30. How much? Take a guess. So we were at 43,000.
43,000. Mm-hmm. Quarter of a mil. No, 3/4 million.
Not that fast. Okay. It starts to compounding a little faster, but you know, by 30, it would be 122,000. Okay, so basically instead of twofold, you threefolds now.
Okay.
Now, okay, continue until retirement. Let's get that
$1
really
million
long-term view. Okay, yes. So from newborn until 65, when that person retires, just $100 per month would get you almost 1.6 mil.
Oh, even better.
There you go. So see,
more than 1.5. Yeah.
So if you know, it's a very modest saving. You know, if you budget it right, it's totally doable for a lot of people. Continue that, just persistence. By the time they're retired, you know, doesn't matter what they do on the side. You know, they have their own saving or not, they're gonna be millionaires.
So $100 a month. That's all you need.
So that's long-term goal. Set something small, but start early because you need that time and the power of compounding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's our little information about short term and long term. Now, if you do consider putting the saving in 529, you would have tax benefits. You can decide whether or not it's right for you, but you can also do what type of savings can you think of?
Brokerage. There's a parent, the brokerage account the parents can open, but for the children, so the parent can't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a UTMA or UTGA account.
Okay. Oh, and then there's also insurance. So
Yeah.
different type of investment would get you probably different like tax benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Some you have tax benefit savings upfront, or some are at the back end, or it just depends on how your rest of the portfolio is. So there are a lot of options, but start early. I think that's the key. Start early.
Start early, and with any of these options, basically, if you put $100 aside from a month from now until retirement, your kids could be a millionaire.
And then all these different things that we're talking about, of course, come under that big picture that you have to start creating for yourself. And anything done is better than not doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Start anytime.
So today, homework,
to-do list. Write down your love letter. That statement of intent. What is that overarching theme? What's your mission in life?
and let's do it as of today. So whatever comes to your mind, with today's situation, your scenario, your relationship right now, what do you have in mind, and what kind of love you feel?
Yeah, you could bullet point it, whatever, in whichever form is comfortable for you.
Get that going. Anything, write it down. Just get started. Okay, that's our homework for you, and that's it for today. See you next week.
Have
February 20. Today's 16th. We'll see you on the 23rd.
Take care.
Have a nice weekend. Bye.
Bye.